Why was this bag named Ghana Must Go? Hello, my name is Eugene, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the history, a very brief history about the popular Ghana Must Go bag. In 1983, Nigeria carried the largest deportation exercise in history, and half of the people that were deported were Ghanaians. Let me tell you why. Ghana was a very prosperous country during the 1930s. In fact, as a small country, Ghana was richer than Nigeria at the time. Because Ghana produced the largest cocoa in the world, people began to migrate from neighboring countries to Ghana in search for better life. Life was so good that everyone in Ghana was happy at the time. Fast forward to 1969, Ghanaians felt Nigerians were taking over the job opportunities all over the country. So the government decided to deport most of the immigrants from Ghana back to their home country. And half of these immigrants were Nigerians. Later on, the tables turned. Before the deportation in 1969, oil was discovered in Nigeria in 1958. Nigeria looked very promising with oil money. With about 100 million population, the hopes were very high that Nigeria would prosper despite brutal military regime at the time. In the 1970s, the Nigerian economy skyrocketed when global fuel prices and oil prices increased worldwide. Nigeria became the richest country in Africa, hence why they secured the name the African Giant. The standard of living improved, things were going on very well for Nigerians and everyone was happy. Meanwhile, when Nigeria was flourishing, Ghana was facing economic hardship because nothing seems to be working in the country at this point. So Ghanaians plus other neighboring countries started to migrate to Nigeria in search for greener pasture. Ghanaians migrated to Nigeria so much that every Ghanaian had a family member in Nigeria. Across the 19 states that existed in Nigeria, both primary and secondary schools were filled up by Ghanaian teachers, restaurants and bars as well. Suddenly in 1982, the oil began to crash. Global oil prices started to dip and the economy became very bad for Nigeria. During this time, Nigerians were preparing for their general election the following year in 1983. At that era, illegal migrants had already flooded the country in Nigeria, struggling and dragging things with the citizens. The country was going broke. The late Alhaji Shagari was the president at the time, and in order to create a breathing space for the citizens to manage whatever resources were available, his government decided to carry out the biggest deportation exercise in Nigerians' history. It was in January 1983 the president gave an order that every foreigner without authenticated travel document should leave the country in 2 weeks or face being jailed. And it was recorded that over 2 million illegal immigrants were leaving the country, and half of them were Ghanaians. They were given 2 weeks to vacate the country, and as the day goes by, the government began to threaten that if after 2 weeks they refuse to leave, power will be given to citizens to do unto the immigrants anything whatsoever they wish to do if sighted anywhere within the territory.
If you don't go, your life is at risk. Whether you like it or not, you should leave.
So out of fear, the immigrants began to pack, and it was this very bag they packed their stuffs in while they were leaving. Because guess what? You could just fold the bag, put it in your pocket, and because you want to just be snappy and then go away, you can just open it up, push all your stuff in, and then carry it away. And that's why Nigerians named the bag Ghana Must Go. This was an emotional moment for the immigrants, especially Ghanaians, because they already had a history with Nigerians sacking them from their country as well. Many Ghanaians believe that Nigerians did that to Ghanaians as a retaliation of what happened in Ghana in 1969. Good news is both countries are very fine now and are best of friends regardless of the obstacles and boundaries. I mean, we have two other countries, Togo and Benin, before you get to Nigeria, but nothing can stop these two countries from being the closest friends they can ever be.
It's a question that has divided the continent for years. Who makes the best jollof, Ghana or Nigeria?
Time in the 80s, there were a lot of Nigerians living.
There's always a lot of Nigerians.
Did Jesus eat jollof in the desert?
The Last Supper.
During the Last Supper, exactly.
Forget about the jollof wars the world wants to turn against these two countries. However, while the significance of this bag cannot be overemphasized, fashion creatives like Wuraola Oladipo, Diamond Platinums, Bina Obioma, and even Balenciaga in America, the Ghana Must Go bag is called the China tote bag. At this point, I believe the bag is becoming a cultural antique for everyone in the world. In 2017, American actress Keke Palmer made headlines after rocking the bag, and some runway models have also imitated the designs of the bag.
We have arrived, Accra!
The 2016 romantic comedy film titled Ghana Must Go was a massive hit with actors from both countries, Ghana and Nigeria. If there's any detail that I left out, please feel free to update me in the comment section below, because guess what, we are all learning, right? Kindly do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be updated anytime I post a video. This has been Real People, Real Places. Eugene here. Peace.